Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel for another video. Today we are doing another small space organizing, but with a bit of a twist. Typically for these videos I buy unique organization tools and products and I show you clever ways to make the most of your space, but today I'm getting really real with you guys. I can't organize because I simply have too much stuff. We moved into this house in July of 2021, and usually when you move houses you do a ton of decluttering. Well, that didn't happen for me because I was in my first trimester pregnant with my now almost 7-week-old baby, who you can probably hear breathing really loud while he's sleeping in the background right now. And I was sick as a dog, so I am ready to finally tackle this clutter and share the whole process with you guys today. We are taking apart cabinets, decluttering, and reorganizing, so let's get into it.
We go to New Jersey, your eyes seen, I'll be worried. You said it was nothing, but I knew you get buried. The sorrow of us, the sorrow of us. How did we end up here? We used to laugh so hard. When did we stop loving, babe? When did it all go too far? We don't listen when we talk. We fight fire with fire.
So right off the bat, just in that first cabinet, I will say that a lot of things are in the dishwasher right now. It's actually running. So it's missing like bowls and plates and stuff that are Carson's. But as far as this stuff goes, I've had these are ice cream dishes. These were a gift for my wedding shower and I've never used them. Like, I think maybe I've used them 3 or 4 times, but typically if I'm eating ice cream, I either eat it directly out of the container like a savage, or I put it into a mug and eat it out of a mug. I just feel like, I don't know about you guys, but when I eat ice cream, I eat more than this. So these just aren't practical for me. They're also getting just kind of like dingy and gross from being in the cabinet literally forever, and I've taken them on, this is, let me think, this is I think the 5th place that we've moved to that these ice cream cups have come with us, and I've never used them. So going to get rid of these. And then these cups are just like snack cups of Carson's, but we don't ever use them anymore, and I think even if I wanted to use something like this for Sutton when he gets bigger, so I think I would probably just replace these if I were to need something like this for Sutton. And then these, I think I have more of these somewhere, but these go to certain like juice packets or juice pouches or whatever, and we don't ever have juice in our house. Carson doesn't drink juice, so I don't even know how we accumulated these, but getting rid of these because we don't need them. And then also these funky straws, we've never used these. There is no good way to arrange my under the sink organization because of the garbage disposal, which, side note, I'm really not a fan of, and I probably will not be including that in my kitchen renovation. But I had way too many cleaning products that I just don't use under there, so my main goal was to minimize my collection of cleaning products. And honestly, I probably could have thinned it out more because I don't reach for many of these remaining items very often, but decluttering and organizing is never perfect the first time around, so I can always revisit and get rid of some more items in the future.
How did we end up here? We used to laugh so hard.
So today, of course, we are doing a huge declutter and reorganize of my kitchen using things that I already have, but once we get our full kitchen renovation done, I am so excited to order some new organization products, which brings me to today's sponsor, TopCashback. I have recently started using TopCashback to earn money back on purchases that I make online. There are over 4,000 retailers available on TopCashback, including the Container Store, Michael's, and Dollar Tree, which are some of my favorite places to shop for organization. If you're watching this video because you have a small space to organize, the TopCashback site or app is the perfect place to start to earn money back on those canisters you may need, or spice jars, shelf risers, or spice organizers like this one that I used recently in a video. Each retailer on TopCashback will have a percentage that you can earn back if you shop their site through the TopCashback app or website. These percentages change frequently, but TopCashback offers 100% of commission back to members, and because of that, they have consistently higher rates than other competitors, and there's no minimum for payout. I like to use the app since I have my phone on me pretty much all the time, and navigating the app is extremely easy. You can scroll around and view all the merchants available, as well as how much cash back is currently being offered to shop that site, or you can search for a merchant specifically too. TopCashback also offers a browser extension, which makes earning your cash back even easier by eliminating the need to visit their website first in order to shop. It is free to download and use and will notify you if there's cash back available on a website that you're already shopping on. Signing up is super easy. It seriously takes under a minute and you're ready to start shopping. And right now you can earn a $10 sign up bonus if you use my link to sign up and spend your first $25. So be sure to click the link below to sign up. Like I said, it takes under a minute to join, and I just want to say a huge thank you to TopCashback for sponsoring today's video. The skinny little drawer next to my dishwasher with all of my measuring cups and spoons was just not functioning well for me and was constantly jammed. So I decided to switch a couple of drawers up and try moving them elsewhere. I ended up putting these in the drawer directly next to my stove, and at least so far it has felt far less frustrating trying to find what I need, not having to deal with a jammed drawer all the time. My corner cabinets were full of the bulk of my clutter: Tupperware containers that were missing lids, random kitchen gadgets I never touch, containers with food that needed to be tossed. I pulled things out of these cabinets that I didn't even know I had, which is just awful. So we're going to spend some time pulling things out of these cabinets, sorting, decluttering, and putting things back. My main goal was to have a cabinet where I could put our breads. They were always on the counter and taking up too much space, and I also wanted to make space to take my essential oils collection off the counters as well. I've been storing a lot of my baking related ingredients and materials, as well as food storage containers and miscellaneous things, in this Lazy Susan that I have in my kitchen, which I do not like the Lazy Susan very much. I always thought that I would like to have one, but now that I do, I find it kind of inconvenient and nothing really makes sense to go in there. So I'm just doing what I can with the space while I still have one, but I don't think I'll be incorporating a Lazy Susan into my new kitchen when we finally get the renovations done. I did a pantry organizing video recently, which I will link in the cards right here if you're interested in seeing that, but a lot of these containers that I have on my counters right now actually came from my pantry cabinet that I had in my apartment, and I haven't touched this food in that long, and I just feel like a lot of it is probably not good anymore, and there's also not much in any of these, so I'm going to toss what food is in those, except for a couple of things. Like I had a powdered sugar one that I'm going to keep and a brown sugar one that I'm going to keep. But for now, I'm not going to be using those containers, and I'm hoping that eventually I will have a real full-sized pantry that I can fit all of these containers and reuse them. So I am going to keep them, but I'm going to move them into the basement for now because I just don't need them. Since I am using some different airtight containers that I featured in that pantry organization video that I posted a couple of weeks ago.
I cannot be drugged. No, I won't have it, babe. Not playing this game. I do not feel you. I'm not crossing that tape. It would be a shame. So listen, baby, listen carefully, 'cause I got something to say. I feel us fading. Listen carefully. Let's
This candy is actually from Halloween, and that goes to show how much candy we actually eat in this house. We just don't reach for candy very often. So I put some candy into a little jar that I have on the kitchen counter, but the rest of it I did go ahead and toss.
I wanna make things right, run away on this night, do whatever we like. We will see things clearly, on top of the world is what we deserve. So listen, baby, listen carefully, 'cause I got something to say. I feel us fading, listen carefully, let's stop this charade, stop this charade.
Something that really stands in my way when I'm decluttering is how much it pains me to know that I wasted money on something, but I decided to take this all as a lesson learned and work on being more intentional going forward with what I'm bringing into my home. Amazon has made it way too easy to just purchase something quick without even thinking about what you're doing, and I really want to break that habit this year.
Stop this charade. I would give you the world if it was up to me. It's not too late to be heard.
At the end of this video, I do go into more detail about where things are located and why I put things in certain bins and whatnot, but I will just say that these bins have worked okay for me. I think I had too many of them in there, so I needed to narrow it down a little bit. But I like to have one with all of my dangerous kitchen tools that I don't want the children to get into, and then one has a lot of things that I use for making Carson's lunches for school. So I'm going to keep those bin systems alive, but I definitely thinned out what was in them.
Stop this charade. I don't wanna play no games no more. Stop this charade.
I like to keep in the parts where I am putting something back in a space and then I'm taking it back out and then I'm putting it back in a different way and taking it back out over and over and over again, because I want you guys to see that we do not always get things right the first time.
You go through walls, keep on acting small. Even if you got something left to lose, even if there is
I came to the realization that we have too much stuff when my kitchen was constantly messy. Every day, no matter how hard I tried, the counters were cluttered and there was stuff everywhere, and it was creating so much stress for me. So my first piece of advice, if you are working with a small space, is to cut down on the clutter. It is easily the most important step of organizing. Clutter is proven to create stress and anxiety, or exacerbate stress and anxiety that you already have. So the declutter bug has bit me for sure, and you guys are going to be amazed when you see how much I was able to declutter from my kitchen.
bending all the rules. It gets colder, but I hate being cruel. I can't be cruel to you.
My bakeware, I struggle a lot with this. If I'm being totally honest with myself, I don't use it often at all, but a lot of it was gifted to me and many pieces were given to me by my grandmother over many Christmases, and she passed away in January of 2021. So I'm very sentimental about a lot of these items. I would love to start baking more and using these things. So for now, instead of getting rid of them, I am just rearranging them, and I'm setting a goal now to actually use these, or I will have to force myself to declutter at least some of it.
Stand up
we still have another drawer to go through, still have some more work to do, but this is where we are at so far as everything that I'm going to declutter. This was so much. I have never decluttered this much at one time in my kitchen.
Strong, just like a love song, baby, it's haunting me. Don't know what you're thinking, it's like I'm sinking deep underwater.
Now I'm just taking a moment to dump out what was in those jars, and I'm going to throw them in my sink, which I later did load them into my dishwasher, clean them, and I got them put downstairs in the basement so they're ready to use whenever I can use them. I just don't have anything to use them for right now.
Try to be fearless, no one can hear us. You're throwing the pillars to the floor. Now put your loving, loving, loving on me. Eh, loving on me. Maybe you won't see me get emotional.
This is my junk drawer, and as you can see, it has accumulated a lot more junk recently, so we're going to go through this drawer and get rid of anything that I no longer need, find the trash, and sort everything so that it looks just a little bit more organized.
And baby, please don't think I run away from you. It's just sometimes I get scared to dive into it. I want you lying next to me. Yeah, I want your body, body, your body too. Yeah, body too. Will you be my ride or die? Around all these people, we'll try to be someone better than you and I. Posing for pictures, but nobody listens to anything that you have to say. Can we just leave and walk away? Walk away, walk away. Maybe you won't see me get emotional, and sometimes I pretend I'm just above it all. But I want you lying next to me. Yeah, I want your body, body, body too. Yeah, body too. And baby, please don't think I run away from you. It's just sometimes I get scared to dive into it. I want you lying next to me. Yeah, I want your body, body, your body too. Yeah, body too.
So that bin has important paperwork that I'm probably going to scan into my phone so that I can keep like a copy of it but not have to actually keep the papers. And then also like Christmas cards that I don't know what to do with. They're extras, but I like to keep them every single year, so don't know what to do with that. But this, I don't know where the container is that goes with this. I think I might know where it is, so I'm gonna look, and if I can't find the container that goes with this, I will get rid of it. But this is everything I'm decluttering from the kitchen. Some of it is just trash. Some of it I'm going to see if I can give away if family members want it. I'm also going to give my husband the opportunity to go through and make sure there's nothing in here that he like really wants to keep. I doubt there is, but you just never know. So this is a lot for me. I think this is the most I've ever decluttered in the kitchen at one time, and I think it's going to make life so much easier in the long run when we end up getting the kitchen renovated, or if we move again at some point, just to get rid of all of this excess stuff that we don't need, that has honestly been going from like house to house to house with us and is just so unnecessary. I don't know how. I feel like it's hard to tell how much is actually in there on camera, but it is a lot, and I'm super proud of myself for how much progress I made today. So next to the stove, I have things that will help me for prepping food. So food scale, toothpicks if I need to see if something is done baking. I have my colanders that I use to wash fruit and stuff. And then all of my measuring things. These just did not fit properly in this drawer. So I don't know what I'm going to put in here, but the measuring cups, it just wasn't working being in that drawer. So I think it's going to be much better having them in here. These ones are like tall, so they still kind of hit when I close it, but not nearly as bad as the old drawer. And then this is like aluminum foil and saran wrap and that type of stuff, so that drawer's fine. Down here I have oven mitts. I actually just ordered new ones because these ones have seen better days. So I'm getting new oven mitts, but for now these ones are in here. And then I also have a couple of cutting boards. I got rid of the majority of my cutting boards because it's just so unnecessary to have more than like 1 or 2. I don't see why I could ever need more than that. And then down the bottom is kitchen towels. So I didn't touch that today. I'm gonna try and do this before the baby starts screaming, but he is waking up. So in here on the spin around, so these are just glass food containers, and then anything baking related is in all of these baskets. And the way they were before in here, it was just very all over the place. So I think being able to pull out a whole basket as opposed to like having a bunch of random stuff that I can't even see, it will just make more sense. And then down below I have a couple more storage containers, but I didn't want to have too many. I feel like I always have an excess of them, so I narrowed down my collection quite a bit. And then I have my mini waffle maker, which we like to use a lot, way more than the full-size waffle maker. I have some rubber bands, mixing bowl, and then this is an ice cream storage container that I really thought about getting rid of because I've only ever used it one time, but I do have an ice cream maker and I would be mad at myself if I didn't have something I could store the ice cream in if I ever made some. So I kept that, and then I have my Bent Go lunchbox that was Carson's back when he went to a daycare when he was like 2 years old. I don't want to get rid of it because I might need this at some point. And then also I have this cake stand that I've had since my wedding, and it's kind of impractical, but it's one of those things that I'm a little bit sentimental about, so I won't be getting rid of that. We had been putting bread up on the counter over here, and it was just creating so much clutter. So my goal with going through this cabinet was to make space for the bread. So I have bread over here. I have all of my essential oils that were also on the counter in this container, which I can just pull down when I'm wanting to use them. I have chocolate that is my secret stash that I don't want Carson to get into back there. And then these are shot glasses that were gifted to me like in different vacations that family members have gone on. And then I have like extra salt and pepper. And then up top, this is a giant bag of like gallon-sized freezer bags. So I don't have anywhere else that this will fit, so I have them in there. This is all of like cookie cutters I use when I make Carson's lunch, apple slicers, stuff like that. And these are dangerous tools that I do not want my kids to get into. So anything super sharp, like there's a cheese grater in there, pizza cutter, stuff like that goes in there so they don't get hurt. And then up top I have just a bunch of like cupcake pans and baking pans. This cabinet is so random, but I hope that someday I will have a real pantry that this random stuff can go in. But for now I just stuck it in this cabinet, and it's a little bit better than it was before. So napkins, I have formula in case I ever need it. I do nurse, but you never know. And then I have like my pump parts and stuff in there, vitamins just so that they're not on the counter where Carson can grab them. And then also sandwich bags, some disposable cups in case we ever need them, matches that I wanted out of reach from the children. And then this, I really like this, but it doesn't fit particularly well in my cabinets right now. But this is cool for organizing like your stainless steel cups and stuff. Up here is where we typically keep cat related things because my cats are insane, and if they like know where a bag of treats is, they will find a way to get into it and eat all of the treats. So we keep the treats way up high, and then sometimes we also have like cat food and stuff up there, but we do not right now. And then this cabinet is where all of like the kid related stuff goes. So we have all of the cups, and then we have plates. There's usually bowls and stuff in there, but my dishwasher is running right now. So we do have a lot of free space though now. Like this side, I'm gonna keep baby's bottles in case he needs them. They're also all on the dishwasher right now. And then up top I'll probably keep actually I could probably put my pump parts up there that were in the other cabinet. That would make more sense. And then this is my junk drawer. I feel like other people call it like a utility drawer. I call it a junk drawer, and I have just so much random stuff in here that I still want to go through more. Like these cords, I know this one goes to my Apple Watch, I know this goes to my iPad, this obviously goes to some sort of, like a lot of these go to an Apple product, but I just don't know how to organize these. So if you guys have any ideas, make sure you leave them in the comments, because cords are like the bane of my existence. It's so hard to find a good place to put them all and keep them from just being like this, for example, on the counter. I have this super long cord right now, and it just looks awful. So I don't know what to do with these cords. And then like obviously pens and flashlights and tape measure, Gorilla Glue, cat related grooming and nail trimming, stuff like that I don't know where else to put. So I think eventually I'll go through this even more, but this is better than it was. At least I can open the drawer without it being jammed. That is all for this week's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it and it gave you some motivation to go tackle a small space in your home, to do some decluttering and some organizing. Whenever I do get my kitchen renovation done, you better believe there are going to be a ton more kitchen organization videos. So make sure that you subscribe to my channel if you are interested in seeing that, and turn your notification bells on and come back every single week for another video. I also want to say another big thank you to TopCashback for sponsoring this video, and don't forget to click the link in my description box below so you can sign up for TopCashback and you can earn $10 after you spend your first $25 using their website or app. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll come back again next week for another video.